Say hello to the all AMD PC by Gigabyte, a beauty that will run everything that you throw at it, that too without breaking the bank. It comes with the Gigabyte P550 Aorus Master motherboard that features PCIe Gen 4. Combined with the Gigabyte Aorus Gen 4 1TB NVMe SSD, we are looking at read speeds up to 5000 megabytes per second and write speeds up to 4400 megabytes per second. This thing is an absolute monster. Not only that, but PCIe Gen 4 is a requirement for Microsoft Direct Storage, which will allow games to take full advantage of the SSD like in the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. This means shorter load times and less waiting. And with the 1TB of storage on the Gigabyte Aorus Gen 4 NVMe, we've got plenty of space to store games. Unless Modern Warfare decides to keep expanding, in which case nothing can help us. Alongside this, the motherboard has a feature-rich I/O. It's got 5 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports, 1 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type C port, 6 USB 2.0 ports, 2 SMA antenna connectors for Wi-Fi, and a Q-Flash Plus button besides the regular I/O connections. And to help us use this monster to its fullest, we've got some great pickings in the CPU and GPU department. For the CPU, we have a Ryzen 7 3700X. This 8-core 16-thread CPU will not only let you play the most recent games, but also have enough juice to let you stream as well if you wish to do so. As we can see from the synthetic benchmarks, the 3700X is great for workloads and will be perfect for the next generation of GPUs. And for the GPU, we've got a Gigabyte RX 5700 XT. At 1080p, you will never have to worry about compromising between graphics and a high frame rate. But if 1440p is more your cup of tea, fret not, because the 5700 XT will deliver. High refresh rate esports gaming is also a viable option with this build, because this PC will be eating up games for days. Don't believe me? Well, here's some benchmark numbers. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a very demanding game, with the consoles only being close to the medium preset. Here, we see an average of 70 FPS at 1080p and 58 FPS on 1440p when using the optimized Ultra preset. Horizon Zero Dawn is also a bit iffy with performance, but that doesn't matter here as you're getting an average of 92 FPS at 1080p and 70 FPS at 1440p when using the ultimate quality. A very popular battle royale title, Warzone will run buttery smooth with an average of 150 FPS at 1080p and 110 FPS at 1440p when maxing out all the graphical settings. Good old faithful Counter-Strike Global Offensive has frames for days, as the average when tested on high settings is 336 FPS for 1080p and 273 FPS for 1440p. Valorant, the newcomer, gave us an interesting result. When benchmarking on high settings, at 1080p we average 181 FPS, while at 1440p we average 183 FPS. The final game on the list, the ever-demanding Assassin's Creed Odyssey, when tested at the ultra-high preset, gave us an average of 73 FPS at 1080p and 62 FPS at 1440p. Well, there you have it. A very solid performer all around, with 5700 XT being great value for money, which only bodes well for the upcoming RX 6000 series graphic cards. So if you're looking for a gaming PC that looks good and plays good, while at the same time that does not empty your wallet, this might be the one for you.